How are you? You said how special fried rice?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm trying something out. I'm starting to film in 2K so I can see the panic drip off your face as you text me my order.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
How special fried rice? Okay.
Hello, friends. All right.
What's the last time you? What's the last time?
said friends.
What's the last time you? Oh, by the way, I was gonna make a joke.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today is the midweek matinee of the video, so we will be doing something hopefully pretty simple, hopefully pretty easy. The switch for the fan on the Jeep is bad. Apparently it's a known thing where it gets corrosion on the inside of the switch. So we're going to go take that apart, clean it, and then put it back together and hope it works still. We'll see. So basically to get the switch out, all we have to do is take this cover plate off, this thing that just pops right out from the bottom, and just push the switch right out and then unplug it, and then we should be able to take it all apart. But I also have the Jeep inside because I want to vacuum out behind the console. If I can find the vacuum. Yeah, anyway. So ignore the beeping because I can't turn that off because the car right now is not in park. But basically, once you get that console off, you're left with the radio, the HVAC, and these switches. So it's just 3 screws and you just pop the whole unit out. So I was able to get the switch out and apart. And of course, it's the next day because I got lazy. But this is the inside of the switch. This is the actual actuating device. This is the switching area. And this is the part of the switch that moves up and down to make the contact. So these are the contacts. And then on the receiving end, these are also the contacts. And you can tell that the switch is definitely corroded and kind of gross. So I'm going to wash out the switch with this toothbrush and some baking soda and hot water. And that usually should clear it up. And then I will put some more grease on the sliding part of the switch and then put it back together and see if it works better. It should. So let's see. Now putting the switch back together is pretty easy. You have this outer casing and then the spring and detent. You have the moving switch controller and then this back piece. Now take a look at the back piece. It looks a lot better. So I'm expecting that that will have helped. And yeah, I'll go put it back together and of course put the light bulbs back in and then go try it. Right, so the switch is back together and before I plug in the battery or anything, I'm just going to plug the switch into the pigtail to make sure that that works. And then if that's the case, I'll just take off this trim and put this switch back in and it'll be fixed, hopefully. All right, so battery power is plugged back in. As you can see, my headliner has gotten worse. But in order for this to work, I need to ignition on and then turn the lights on and then Obviously the contacts on the switch are less than stellar. So before I put it back in, what I might do is take it back apart and see if I can put some solder or something onto those contacts. So it's probably hard to see, but what I actually had to do was take it apart again, and in the little arcing areas and the divots where the switch had previously sort of dug out the contacts and made some sort of poor switch performance, I actually applied solder and I sort of remade the switch contact. And now, lights are on. It's still a little finicky, but it's a lot better than it was before. So I'm very happy with that. At least I don't have to flip it like 8,000 times for it to even move a little. And it seems like it'll stay in position now. And it will stay on. So it's still not ideal and I really should replace it, but for now, this is good enough. And now let's see, if I turn the lights on and off, it should follow accordingly because the fog lights will only come on with the high beams. Or with the low beams, actually. Switch is off, switch is on. So now actually I could just leave it on all the time and it should be okay. What I did not think about was that the lights will go off when the high beams are on. But that's okay, I'll figure out that wiring later, or maybe I'll just use a different switch setup or wiring, but I'll figure that out later. I told him we had to go.
He did the short version, just 30 minutes. This is natural habitat number 2 for this car. It's the shop, body shop, shell, in that order.
I hate that you could include body shop in there.
Trust me about that, I am too.
Pardon me?
It's okay though, because you get 5 cents off on each gallon. You just declined that.
All right, you're about to hit and hit. He's not on the brakes yet. Oh, there you go. Okay, and 6 inches, 2 inches, inch hit.